Hello everyone, it's Tilly from Tilly Journals and I am back with a very special video and very important video. I am taking part in the monochrome Black Lives Matter Planner Challenge. So this is my everyday carry. It is an A6 I made myself and maybe a sneak peek of something. Maybe. We'll see. Haven't decided yet. So I have this monochrome glitter one-page kit from Plannerface. I do have to say a PR for Plannerface. I get a discount for promoting stickers, but I did love her stickers before I started promoting for her. Good. Done. That's that. I have date dots from Papershire and I've got some other stickers pulled out there that we are going to use. I am also going to be popping in some important quotes from people of colour and also putting in names of people who have died because of police brutality. So yeah, this is sort of a video dedicated to people in the planner community, people of colour of all varieties, everybody really. So yeah, let's get started. I haven't really worked out what I'm doing with this planner completely because this spread from July onwards is going to be for tracking my spending. So yeah, no, it may or may not. I don't really know what I'm doing with it, but for this week I have worked out what I'm doing because my plan is that this spread is going to be for my events, and then on the weekly we'll show you what on my dailies we will show you what I'm going to do when we get on to those. So for my sidebar I've just got a Monday through Sunday checklist, and that's to track my weight, and then this will be for my average weight every day. And then the days, we're going to use this washi from the kit for the washi. So whilst I plan, I am going to explain what I'm doing because obviously this is the first time you've seen me plan in this planner, but also I am going to talk about the Black Lives Matter movement and sort of how you can help. Obviously, as you can see, I am white. I don't pretend to be an expert on this, but I am a white person who is trying my absolute best to be anti-racist and to support others and help others become anti-racist. Because a lot of us have grown up in a society where that is all of us have grown up really in a society that is inherently racist, and we need to fight that. So sorry, this challenge is a way of sort of representing the Black Lives Matter movement in planners, which is basically to use monochrome black and white for the week. So that's what we're doing. So I'm just going to pop in the most important parts of the days on this spread and things that will not change. So Monday is a fast day. Tuesday, me and my friends are doing I don't know why I folded this in half, it definitely doesn't need to be. Tuesday, me and my friends are doing a game night. Wednesday, me and my boyfriend are having a date night. So they're the first few things to go in. That might need popping over a little bit more. What I might do is I've ordered some Black Lives Matter washi from Cookie Sticker Co in her pre-sale, so I might replace this washi later when that arrives, but we will see. And then got our date night to mark on Wednesday. So these are just like, I'm not marking work, well I'm marking work when it's a different shift from a normal shift. If it's anything out of the ordinary, basically it's going in here for this week. So that's for date night. There we go. Thursday is another fast day. I am trying to do 2 fasts in a week. This bit is harder to sort of talk about the Black Lives Matter movement while I put the stickers down, but we will talk about it, I promise. I think I might just jump to Sunday because there's lots to mark on Sunday. I've not got anything to mark on Saturday. So on Sunday I'm on call at work. Sorry, I'm working out what stickers I'm going to have left. That's what I'm trying to work out. That's why I'm hoarding things everywhere. Though actually the first thing I want to mark is my friend's birthday, so that can go there. Then I will mark my on call in this little glitter box here. That can just go there. Oh, that is not the right way around. I am really ashamed to say that I do not have very many stickers made by people of colour. I really don't, and I don't really know what to say or how to feel about that, and I think it's part of it, and I'm not saying this is an excuse, this is not an excuse, this is just a fact. I do not know I know one black owned planner shop in the UK, and I only really buy stickers from the UK, so yeah. I'm going to use this full box on Saturday because basically I don't have anything to put in, so that's just going to go in there. I think Friday I'm going to use this box here, and that's it for this spread really. And the half box here. And that's all I really have to mark, and I will fill up the rest of the space with names of people who have died. So yeah, that's it for that spread. So I will write everything in a bit, but let's get on with these spreads. So I'm going to use the date dots from the headers from the kit throughout the week. So let's just get these date dots down. So basically the idea of this planner is that it's an everyday carry, so the things on this page are things that would change my plans. So if I'm out and about and somebody asks me to do something, those are things that sort of matter. They're also things that won't change. So nothing that could possibly change, so like when I want to film something or stuff like that can change, but if they are like appointments, that's the way to phrase it, if they're appointments, they're going on there. Usually that would go here, but this is where we're going to put quotes from people of colour. So my plan, I think because these are quite light, although they're black, I think I am going to have to Tipex out my date covers. So the plan for this page is to have a checklist at the bottom of each page with a header above it. In fact, let's put those in as we go along. And these checklists are going to be for the sort of habit things I want to do. And in fact, I could write in my habits and let's make a list off on this piece of paper of the habits that I want to write down. So I need 7 or 8 checklists. 2, 3, 4. And these are about 9, so I reckon if I put my glitter header rather than I think it'll depend on the checklist, but if I put my glitter header in line with the top of the checklist, that will work. So we're just going to go through it and pop the date covers and put these checklists in. So whilst I'm popping these down, I just want to say that in every single video that I am making at the moment, in the comments there will be, and for as long as there needs to be, there will be resources to read, to learn, to sign petitions, to do whatever you can do to educate yourself, to make yourself anti-racist basically as far as possible. There will be those resources in the comments, so please, not in the comments, in the description of the video, so please read them, learn, educate yourself, stand with human beings, stand with other human beings for human rights everywhere. And I just want to say that some people might be like, oh, why are you being political? Racism is not political. Believing that people deserve to live, that deserve not to die, is not political. It is a basic human right, and it is that simple. It is a basic human right. Like, say what you must, but no, don't. Well, yeah, say what you think, but know that if you make comments like that, am highly likely to turn around and to tell you what I think, because I disagree with you. Similarly, on this page, I am going to pop in some checklists. I don't know what I'm going to do with this page yet. I sometimes pop a list, or like it's just a space for me to do whatever I feel. So I'm going to pop this full box here, and then next to it I'm going to pop some of these heart checklists, probably 2 of them. Yeah, like that. That's just a list of things. In fact, I think I might pop a strip of washi at the top of the page as well, just to finish this page off nicely. So we'll just get that washi in there, and that's pretty much me done with this kit for now. I might put in the last few bits at some point, but that's all of the stickers down. We're now on to what is the main part of this video, which is going to be popping in names of, just going to be popping in sort of, what am I trying to say? Popping in quotes and names of people who have been killed by police brutality. So, I've got some quotes off to the side, and I've got different pens. So I have a Unipin fine line, I've got a Pigma pen 10, I've got a brush lettering pen that has a black and a grey tip, I've got a Pilot fine liner, and I've got a black brush pen. So they are the pens I'm going to be using. I haven't quite decided how I'm going to do this, whether I'm going to voice over this little bit of the video and talk a little bit about racism and Black Lives Matter while I'm lettering in these quotes. So yeah. Okay, so I am just going to talk through a little bit about some of my feelings. I have sped up this video a little bit, but not too much. I first off want to start off by saying, obviously I am white, I understand I have white privilege, I understand I might say the wrong things, and I want you to call me out on it if I do. I want to be better, and I want to try my best to challenge my thoughts about racism and things, because whilst in my heart of hearts I am consciously not racist, the systemic racism is so inbuilt into us that, like, it's just there, that we don't even think about it, that we don't challenge things that will not challenge things that are not right, because they're so ingrained in culture. And I think that's really, really, like, something everybody needs to accept. Absolutely everybody. And I won't ever stop fighting in myself to be non-racist and anti-racist. And I think that's the beautiful thing about non-racism, is that you do not have to pretend that you are completely free of racism to be anti-racist, because like, it's one of those things. Yeah. I also want to say that yes, I am going to be talking about racism a lot in my videos, and I just want you to think about the fact that if you're tired of hearing about it, the people of black origins that have been discriminated against because of their colour of the skin are even more fed up of experiencing it, because they have been experiencing it far longer than you have been hearing about it. So yeah, you need to call out your friends, you need to call out your family, you need to advocate and try and help people. If your colleague is being paid less than you because of the colour of their skin, have you advocated for them? Do things like this fire in everybody that we are currently experiencing of anger about what's been going on. We need to keep it going. This needs to not just be Instagram hype. In the past 2 weeks, there have been huge changes. It's been so much achieved, and we just have to keep that momentum on. And this is not an opportunity for white people to talk about how they are doing their best. This is not that. This is not an opportunity for white guilt. You got to take that guilt and you've got to deal with it in your own terms. Because yes, white guilt is real and it's hard, but it's not as hard as the systemic racism. And this isn't a time for us to like deal with that. We just need to keep fighting. I also want to talk about the fact that people are saying that this is just a problem in America. It's not just a problem in America. There are statues of slave traders still in the UK. Yes, one has been pulled down, but there are more. Like, this is ridiculous. We should not be like globalizing and I can't think of the word, like romanticizing slave traders. It's horrendous. Like, it's actually horrific. And in the UK, up to I think 2005, 15, I can't remember which off the top of my head, but your people's taxes have been paying for slave traders and slave owners back in damages for losing slaves. That is horrendous. Like, what the hell? I was going to swear there. I don't know why I tried to censor myself, but what the fuck? Like, seriously, why the hell have our taxes been paying for losses of slaves? You are literally condoning, our taxes have literally been condoning slavery, which is just sickening, because of how much that was. It's taken that long to pay it back. So yeah, there is one other thing I think I might have talked about, but I can't actually remember, that I want to talk about. But I want to talk about the colourblind ideology. This is something that I have thought in the past, because so if you ask me to describe a person, whatever the colour of their skin, whatever their hair colour, I literally probably couldn't tell you if I've met them once. Like, I would be the worst police subject, because I literally couldn't tell you if I've met them once. It's just not something that I register. I don't register how people look, I register how people make me feel. And so I was very much of the opinion that I don't see colour, but I do see colour, and I do respect that your experience, because of the colour of your skin, has been different to mine. And that is true of people of any different skin colour, but particularly true of black people. Yeah, it's so hard, and I think we also don't have I think we also have to think about how ingrained systemic racism is. I know that in America, people with both parents who are white, and in the UK, if both of your parents are white, they are far more likely to earn more, they are far more likely to still be married, they are far more likely to not have mental health problems. Like, the privilege is systemic, and it's a system that, I don't know about the UK, this is something I've read about America, is that there were areas where predominantly people of colour were living, and they were marked on mapping, and when they went to try and get mortgages, when they tried to get into college, where they lived was discriminated against, and it is still used for taking out mortgages now, which is just horrendous. Like, what the heck? I can't even begin to understand how that is okay, and how people don't see that as a problem. And there's been studies done into the likelihood of you to get into university or college in the States if you've got a white sounding name versus having a black sounding name, versus having an Asian sounding name, and it's horrendous. Like, what the hell? Like, how? Like, I don't even have the words to describe how outraged I am about it, and I'm disgusted that, like, I haven't been reading about this before, but I am trying my best to do better, and that's what everybody needs to do. Basically. And I think at the end of the day, one of the main things we have to do is accept that we can change people's mind and fight hard, because it is not up to black people to do all the fighting. It is up to us to stand with them and to fight, because they are tired, they are exhausted, in the same way that the world is grieving right now. The black people have been grieving for years about this. Don't ask black people how you can help and what you can do. Go educate yourself, read things. There is a wealth of opportunities of learning, and you need to do that work. And we get that, you know, it's hard, but stop doing performative Black Lives Matter things. It's not that everybody is. I know there are people that are genuinely reading, signing petitions, giving money, learning, educating themselves, fighting, but I know there's also an equal number of people that are posting about Black Lives Matters as a performative art because they want people to support their business, and that's horrendous. That's adding to the problem. You are literally saying, this is so not worth my time that I'm going to talk about it and make my customers think that I care about it, but actually I'm not even going to give it the time of day. So, you know, maybe don't do that. And think about why you are posting things on social media. You may have noticed that I'm posting less on my Instagram because I'm trying to only post things that are actually really helpful and really, like, have good intentions behind me posting them. So yeah, you don't need to talk about how you're doing things. You don't need to talk about supporting things. You don't need to talk about how amazing you are, that you're doing the work. You need to encourage others to do the work instead. And I love that these books are are being sold out, but there is more to this. There is more that we have to do, more than we have to keep going with. With my last couple of minutes, which I do have, I'm just going to talk a little bit about how to talk to family and friends that disagree. Because part of this is talking to family, friends, challenging friends, families' opinions. Really sorry if there was a strange cut there. My mum phoned me, so I had to stop the voiceover for a second. But I was just talking about how to speak to your friends and family and challenge their views. Basically, one of the most important things to do is to remain calm and know, yes, this is a hugely emotive topic. And try and remember that it is ingrained in a lot of people, and they won't realise the extent of that if they haven't been doing the research and haven't been doing the reading. So what you need to do is remain calm, because if you get angry, if you shout, if you argue, it's going to be harder to convince them. That's always true. The best way to get your point across is normally to stay calm, even if you're fuming. It is so much better to stay calm in these situations, even though it's really bloody hard. So what you've got to do is you just got to take a deep breath and say, I accept that you don't agree right now, but here is why I think you should agree with what I'm saying. Here is why systemic racism is real. Here is why, yes, all lives do matter, but Black lives matter at the moment. They are the most important at the moment because they are the ones that are dying. Nobody is saying other people's lives don't matter. They are not saying all lives don't matter. They are not saying only Black lives matter. They are saying Black lives need our help right now. So Black lives 100% all need our support right now. Yes, there are riots going on and as a consequence of the protests, but you know what? A few riots to solve systemic racism is hundreds of riots to solve systemic racism is perfectly acceptable. We need to get there. We need to get to a place where people are not discriminated against for the colour of their skin, where that systemic racism that is so ingrained in every single one of us is gone. We just have to, because it's not okay. And you need to challenge people saying, don't want to talk about politics, this isn't political. Human rights are not political. Trans rights are not political. LGBT rights are not political. Human rights are not political. They are human rights. It's that simple. So I'm pretty much done writing in the quotes and things. So all of these are quotes from people of colour, and the names are all people who have died as a consequence of police brutality against people of colour, against black people. And you know what? I barely could include a fifth of the names I found, if not, I think I maybe included a tenth of the names I found, and that is sickening. Yeah. But yeah, sorry about the slightly downhearted nature of this, but I want it to fill you with a fire, like it has with a lot of people, to go out and to make the real changes, because white silence, as I'm about to write, is violence, and we need to be fighting with black people against systemic racism. We just do. Everybody needs to be part of this fight. I spelled violence wrong, so I'm just correcting it, lols. But yeah, I'll hand back over to past me now. Okay, so there we have it. So that is the weekly, so that's just the week at a glance. And we have my page for notes, and then any weekly to-dos can go down here. Oh, I haven't written in my little habit bit. One sec. I've just written in on that one checklist, but that's what all of the checklists at the bottom of the pages will say. So we've got our quotes and our people, our victims, written in on every day, and then my to-do lists will just go down the side. So yeah, that is my spread. So yeah, this is my Black Lives Matter Planner Challenge spread. Yeah, I'm really pleased with how it came out. I hope you found this video both informative and enjoyed it in the way that you can enjoy this sort of spread. These are amazing black leaders and black people, and yeah, I love this, but obviously it's got its own problems, doesn't it? So anyway, that's all I have for this video. Please check out the links down below of ways you can help, and please let me know down below if you've done one of these spreads. I'd love to see it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!